I started the self-development seminars because in my career in the film industry, I would also study everything that I could about the mind, consciousness, who we are, what is the true self, and how can we create the most enjoyable and successful life that we want to in any and every area of life. So I began with that. And as I was going through the film industry, I would take several months off because the film industry is freelance. So you can work 3 months, take 3 months off, or 6 months, take 6 months off, and so on. So I probably worked 20 years in the film industry, and probably only about 10 years was actual work, and the other 10 years was research into the mind and consciousness. I would travel wherever I could to find out any information from any teacher, read widely, and so on. And I decided to start the seminars because I was really interested in it. I also found the film industry was very tough on relationships, and very few people can have a successful relationship in the film industry purely because you're traveling a lot, you're away for 3 or 6 months even, sometimes on jobs, and it's hard to keep relationships going, and I wanted to have a relationship that worked. So I started the seminars partly for that reason as well, partly because I was extremely interested in studying these things, and as the old saying goes, we all teach what we need to learn the most. So that's one of the reasons also I went into it. So we started the seminars, we just took off and decided to do it, and ran that for 20 years. And it started, well, in the beginning it was very, very difficult because we knew nothing about advertising or marketing or how to get people to come. We just thought we put an ad in the paper and see what happened. So we did that. We put an ad in the paper and very few came, but enough came just to keep it going. And so we kicked off from there, getting 5, 10, 20 people along to our free nights, because we'd run free nights and then present seminars after that. So we'd run several free nights, advertise in the papers, people would come, half a dozen to a dozen. We'd explain what the course contained, and then if they liked it, they would roll into the course itself. And so we ran that model, and in the beginning, as I say, it started with, we were lucky to get a dozen or so people, and by the time we reached the peak of it, we were getting thousands of people along to the free nights. In fact, in Perth, in Western Australia once, we put on a seminar there, and we got, over 4 nights, we got 14,000 people came. 2,000 the first night and 4,000 for the next 3 nights. So it was quite bizarre. Luckily we booked the entertainment centre because there weren't any other venues at the time, and by chance we booked the entertainment centre, and they had put up large 60-foot black curtains to cut off the 8,000 seats down to a smaller couple of thousand seat venue. And then when the people came in on the second night, of course there was 4,000 instead of 2,000, and so the men who worked there were having to run around and pull down these huge 60-foot curtains, all everyone's sweating, just to be able to sit all the people in there. So that was quite bizarre, but we got huge numbers of people. In Adelaide, we got 8,500 over 4 nights, and it was just gigantic. For a period of time there, it became absolutely gigantic. All in all, we got about 220,000 people come to the free nights before we stopped doing the seminars. It was over a 20-year period.